I've got one of these. This is a SKYRC GPS speedometer, or as they called it, a GNSS speed meter, global navigation satellite system or something. GPS is part of that. And this will enable me to measure the speed of my radio control models, such as my radio control boat. It weighs 45 grams, my speedboat weighs 900 grams, so it's a 20th of the weight. So that will hardly make any difference to the speed of the boat. I think the position of it within the boat will be important a little bit, because it might make the nose dip down or dip up, so you need to position it correctly. I've got a bit of Velcro ready there just to hold it in the boat. I'm not sure whether or not this is waterproof. It doesn't say it is, so we need to be careful of that. You charge it up using the lead as supplied. That's a USB lead, and that didn't take too long to charge up. That is where you charge it up. It's got an on-off button on the side, and then if you want to get to it, you can slide that apart and get to the battery, but you can just leave it in there. Up here we have mode and enter buttons, and they allow you to flick through the various controls. Now this will measure speed in miles per hour or kilometers per hour, and as you set it to one or the other, imperial or metric, it will also adjust to feet and or centimeters, so, or feet or meters. If you fit that to an aircraft though, obviously it needs to be one large enough to carry 45 grams. My little Sport Cub at 500 only weighs 64 grams, so it won't be able to carry that. But this is ideal for my boats. But this could measure altitude, peak altitude. It can also measure where you've been. It can measure speed, average speed, speed you're doing now, and peak speed. What I want this for is peak speed on my speedboat. It also does a few other things. Oh, it comes with an instruction manual, a piece of paper. The serial number is on the box. It says it has concurrent reception of GPS and GLONASS, that's the Global Navigation Satellite System. It supports metric and imperial system of measurement. It can update the frequency up to 10 Hz, so that's 10 times a second. It has PC link for data login and Bing map, so you can actually show where you've been, and firmware upgradable. So it does quite a lot. In 2022 this cost me just over £60. So there we can see all of the LED elements flashing to let us know that everything is operational. Now, while it's taking a moment to get the GPS signals from various satellites, it will not show the correct time, but once it's done that, it will show the correct time, and that should be around about 10:51, 10:52, depending when it connects. In the top left there's a battery level reading, shows how much power that's got. Now I'm going to set it to speed, miles an hour, and I'll just keep pressing the mode button. There we are. It's now showing peak speed, but I can flick through that and get all of the things that I've done. Let's go back to the time, and in a moment it will connect. There we go, 10:52, and that time is actually spot on correct. So I now know that this is connected to GPS signals, and if I move it around it will actually measure speed. So let's get this to do that. Let's go to peak speed, and that's that one. I'm going to move it around You got to imagine that's flying. And that is showing, what, 5 miles an hour. So there we are, the SKYRC GNSS speed meter, a GPS speedometer, great for radio control models, cars, boats and planes that are heavy enough, large enough to carry it. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, so let's see what the speedometer says. Alright, 25, 28, something like that. 25 miles an hour. 25. Pretty good guess on my part, 25.